New at 6, at the start of the pandemic, county officials sought ways to cut costs in anticipation of a budget shortfall. As Eyewitness News reporter Mariah Medina explains, one of those cost-cutting measures could come with unintended consequences.
When county commissioners approved an early retirement incentive for county employees, they did so with cost cuts in mind. Of the 700 employees who were eligible, fewer than 20% took the county up on the offer. And they have no intention to fill those 100 now vacant positions. That, coupled with a hiring freeze, it's asked some county offices to do more with less.
But there are other departments as well that are under stress because of the retirements, and I think we need to kind of get departmental assessment, whether it's the tax assessor's collector's office or the constable's office, of where those stresses and services are, because all of our offices are getting more calls for services probably than we've had in a very long time.
Commissioner Tommy Calvert today raising the issue during a proposed budget review, saying the conditions could be pushing county offices too hard, impacting the services that they provide.
I haven't seen any drastic impact yet, but when you have more assets or resources, you have an opportunity to do more with them.
County Manager David Smith says the pandemic has forced the county to deliver services to the community in different ways, pointing to drive-thrus or virtual services, but says they remain in contact with offices which, if they feel strained, can ask for the positions to be filled as needed, despite the hiring freeze.
That's why we're working with offices and departments to try and ensure that doesn't happen.
While just over 100 employees took advantage of the early retirement, Smith projects it saved the county nearly $12 million, coupled with the hiring freeze, as they expect a revenue loss of $15 million. Smith argues in a way that spares current employees. Mariah Medina, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.